And welcome back to Life Hacks for Lasting Love. My name's Steve. This is my beautiful wife, Lyn. For those who've been following, welcome back. For the first timers, g'day. Today, I want to amuse somebody.
We're here in Australia, that's right. G'day, mate.
All right, today we wanted to talk about investing in your relationship, the amount of effort you have to make. Sometimes, when we look at any relationship, if you're both putting in 50% effort, you're getting a full relationship out of it. Not that any relationship's ever going to run at 100%. Nothing ever runs at 100%. Efficiency just doesn't work like that. But if you're putting in 40% each, 30% each, you're still going to get a good relationship happening. If you're putting in nothing, you know what you'll get out. You get nothing. You'll kill the living thing that is your relationship. Putting in an effort is really, really important. The relationship doesn't just be itself. You can't take your partner for granted. You can't just assume because they're your partner they will do whatever you say when you say. They will allow you to do whatever you want to, and if they do, more fool them, because they're the one who's going to suffer as you drift away. When one of you isn't right up to speed with things, when one of you is ill, sometimes when one of you is depressed, when one of you has a social issue, a parent,
Who's sick or bad?
an ill parent, an ill friend, something, you're being distracted, you're working elsewhere. Remember, you've got to shuffle that level of effort that you put into your relationship so that you're not letting things collapse because the other person isn't putting in the same level of effort that you are. If you feel like the other person's not giving you attention, ramp up your attention levels, ramp up your workload, make it happen. Remember we talked about love languages? Look at their love language, let's try and respond in that one. Maybe in a couple of others as well, just thinking about whether they would like a gift, whether they would like some time. You're damn good listening to.
And I think also it's really important that you actually talk about it. Talk about what stresses are going on in your life, whether it's health, work, whatever, and just remind the other person that it's not them. Maybe your focus has to be somewhere else, or you just can't give as much at that moment. But remind them that you appreciate them. Let them know that this is just a season. And
say the words, say it out loud. I'm sorry I'm not giving you the attention that you deserve. I've got this going on in my life. Speak it. Let the other person hear it. It'll make a world of difference.
Yeah. And, it's how we say it sometimes too is really important. And one of the things I'll often say is request, don't complain. And just to give you an example, if you request something, generally we want to meet each other's needs. But if I complain and make Steve wrong, he's going to defend himself. So it could go really wrong. I might just say, honey, you never put out the bins. And he's going to say...
But thank you for doing it, Doug. I'm going to say, I always put out the bins.
And where if I just said, honey, do you mind putting out the bins tonight?
I'm very happy. Very happy. If the request comes in, really happy. Rather than a whinge, all good.
And so it's really important that, we do just request what it is we want, because otherwise we set ourselves up. And, when one's just not doing as well as the other, look at what you can give. You might not be able to give you a normal amount. We've had times where I've had operations and things like that. So I haven't been able to do as much and give that 50%, but Steve has certainly picked up and cooked meals.
Yeah, it's probably a strange thing when she's sick. I love being able to help. I love being the giver, the caregiver. It's strange, but I love being the caregiver. It doesn't mean I like it when she's sick. Don't get the wrong, because that kind of sounded.
I actually, though, enjoy Steve looking after me in that aspect as well. And, it's good that, we realise that it's important to invest into each other.
Spending the time, lifting the percentages, watching the percentages, talking about what's actually happening in your life, expressing where you're going, expressing what's disappointing, by all means.
Absolutely.
Talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it. Be there for each other.
Because especially for couples where there is, say, chronic illness and things like that, that's really important, because, or when you've just had a child, things come and change your life dramatically. So you're doing really well, you're sharing chores together, you're doing life, and then all of a sudden one person can't do what they used to, and you've changed direction. And talk about it, because for the person who can't do it, they're feeling really frustrated as well, because they wish that they could keep working at the level that they were, but their bodies are telling them something different, or their circumstances are telling them something different. So do talk about it, allow the grief to actually occur, and then find a new expectation. Because obviously what you expect from somebody who's 100% healthy is totally different than what you can maybe expect from somebody who might be going through a chronic illness or recovery or a repair of an injury. And so it's really important.
Sometimes that'll be a new job or a different job or a job at all, which completely changes the dynamic of the relationship in a sense of timing. And sometimes when your wife earns much more money than you do and you feel a little bit threatened about it, there's just a little something that occurred once. Fortunately, it didn't last too long.
But we did need to talk about it, because communication is so important. And do you know what? A lot of arguments actually occur over unmet expectations. And if you don't know what your expectations are or what each is expecting from each other, of course you're setting yourself up for failure. So please do talk about what are your expectations, and how they need to change. And he's playing with my hair again. Sorry, it's so expectations are really important. Do talk about them, because sometimes you just can't meet each other's needs because life gets in the way, or if you're having to look after a parent who might be passing,
whose life is changing, which we've been through. It's no fun. No fun at all.
But it was me releasing Steve to be able to be there for his dad at the time, and not having expectations on him in our relationship, but knowing that it was a season. It was really important that he be there with his dad.
We weren't going to discuss that today. Anyway, I think that's enough for this morning, don't you?
So remember, what we really said today, please, is that we request, don't complain, discuss expectations, and then really set expectations that are achievable, looking at what's happening in your life circumstances at the moment, because life does change. And set yourselves up for success, not failure. Change those expectations to meet what's happening in your life at the moment.
Fair enough. Yeah. Every day your life is in flux. It is fluid. As it moves, as the levels change, adapt. Be there for each other. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks.
See ya.
Bye.